very good morning everybody and welcome to quarter-finals day at the Live Sport Prague Open 2022. We're on centre courts again in the capital of the Czech Republic, and our first match this morning sees Anastasia Potapova, the 21-year-old former world junior #1, who's at a career high ranking as a senior of number 59 in the world, facing a woman she played 8 days ago in Hamburg and lost to, the world's #2, Anett Kontaveit. Kontaveit is the #1 seed here in Prague, and she sailed through her first 2-round matches to face Potapova again. When they met on the clay in Hamburg, it was in a semi-final. Today, it is for a place in the semi-final. Last week is anything to go by. We are in for some spectacular tennis. Both players are naturally very attacking. Anett Kontaveit seems to be right back to her best after a lingering bout of COVID fatigue knocked her out from March really to June. Knocked her out from playing her best tennis. She was still out there competing. She really does seem to have knocked that on the head now.
And the towels, you will have a red one and you will have a white one, and it's easy. Any questions? No? Head to tail, head to head, and tail for her. Tail for you and head for her. Tail or receive? Yep.
Yulia Ignichenko conducts the coin toss. Anett Kontaveit is the #1 seed in the WTA Tour level event for just the second time in her career against Anastasia Potapova, the #7 seed in Prague. Through against Julin. Neither player were really at their best in the last round, and yet still relatively untroubled. Kontaveit comes here looking back to her best after making the finals in Hamburg. 6 titles to her name, 5 of those picked up in the last 12 months or so. It's been a stunning last 12 months for the Estonian. She's now the highest ranked Estonian tennis player ever. Someone who competed in the WTA Tour finals for the first time last year. To replicate that with defending a whole barrage of ranking points over the second half of this season. We're coming into an extremely important swing on hard courts for Anett Kontaveit. This time last year, she was just about to rip up the WTA Tour, take 4 titles for herself. So to defend those points over the next 4 months or so will be hard, but she has a chance here in Prague against Potapova, who she beat in straight sets 8 days ago. Potapova woke up on Monday morning ranked as high as she's ever been, number 59 in the world. And the 21-year-old is playing some scintillating shot-making tennis. She's a little bit adventurous, shall we say, in some of her shot-making, and plenty of unforced errors were coming in the last round. She has that maiden tour title from earlier this year in Istanbul. That was on the clay. And she's been a pretty decent nick ever since. She's made back-to-back semi-finals in her 2 previous tour events. How about a 3rd semi-final in a row? Well, the head-to-heads read 2-love to Anett Kontaveit. And as well as the most recent encounter in Hamburg, the first encounter was back in 2018. Kontaveit also taking that one. Here's our chair umpire, Yulia Ignichenko of Kazakhstan.
Anett Kontaveit, because as Valiva, she. Kontaveit won the toss and choose to risk.
Despite how our pictures seem today, it is 22 degrees in the Czech capital. We expect it to rise up to about 26 degrees by midday or so. Humidity is a little bit up on yesterday. Don't expect any rain to intervene. Kontaveit choosing to return. She's such a good anticipator of her opponent's serve, and it really did for Lucia Havlicova in that regard on second serve yesterday. Potapova, a big server, a big hitter in general.
And
Kontaveit just an all-round performer these days. Really added power to her game. Has dialed up her aggression in recent years. As the number 2 in the world, really lives up to that tag. Such a formidable opponent. Kontaveit against Potapova, about to begin quarterfinals day here in Prague.